Good morning, rantable crowd. My name is Andrew. This is Charlie. Today we are going to go on a very serious rant, but we're gonna keep it very
low key.
Yeah, we're gonna
jokes.
Yeah.
You know me, Charlie. I can't go.
You can't be serious.
Yeah.
Neither can I.
I got the attention span of a 2-year-old.
Mm.
Probably less than that, actually.
But wait, 1 + 2.
We're 3.
Yes.
Ha! Got you. Look.
Ow. That doesn't count. It was above waist. Anyway, so this is 26 questions Asians have for white people. Now, we're not going to be racist. We're going to be sincere. Remember that. I don't hate a race. I believe that in America, you are not white or black or Asian.
You are American.
You are American. You are American.
Unless if you
That's
moved to Egypt or something, then you're Egyptian.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not Egyptian American. You're not American Egyptian. You're Egyptian. Whether you were born there or moved there. I mean,
nobody's gonna walk around and call me Irish, Scottish.
Yeah,
African,
whatever the crap
American.
I am. Yeah. So, I can't say it's a very serious one, but it's something I wanted to address. Now, this video has been watched a lot, but keep in mind
6.8 million views.
Yeah, so we're
a lot more than this will ever get.
Yeah. So try not to be like, I just watched like 3 other videos that were just like that. Nobody cares, okay? If you don't like this, get out.
Turn it off. Go away. No.
Do you see the pause button right down there? Hit it.
Take this finger. You take it right here. You shove it up your bum. You hit the pause button and you go away. Now, I'm talking to you. I said do it. Okay.
All right. Warning: we might get a little vulgar. There's no guarantees.
There's no rantable that doesn't have vulgar.
That's not necessarily true.
Most of the time it's true.
Most of the time it's true, but that's not necessarily true. Okay.
Why do you think a film or TV show is diverse just because there are 1 or 2 black people in it?
Why do I think a film or TV show is diverse because there's 1 or 2 black people in it?
There's shows all the time that has an all-black cast. And maybe 1 white person. Not only that, but there was a TV show like Mr. President. I can't even remember the fucking name now. There was 1 white guy. And he was the stereotypical...
Yeah.
And he was a penny-pinching, lying person. I mean...
Here's a better question. Why is it such a big deal that Asians have to be in a movie? Who cares what race you are in a movie? I might make the next episode of The Walking Dead. Heck, AMC's The Walking Dead killed Glenn, who, last I checked, was Asian.
Well, not only that, but like Fast and Furious movies. Han, he's like one of the main characters in almost all of the movies.
Yeah. So, like...
I mean, yeah, they killed him off, but...
I believe that, like, with a movie that doesn't have multiple races in it, I believe that it's highly unlikely, especially when you put yourself...
There's no way that there can't be a movie without...
At least 1 other race. Yeah, it can't be pure white. Especially
there is nobody that's pure white.
No, and especially in a place that's in a setting that takes place in America. There's a lot of movies like Transformers that takes place all across America. There's a couple episodes, if I remember correctly, they're in New York.
Well, there's New York, Japan, Egypt.
So yeah, they're pretty much all over the world.
The part where his balls are like hanging, hitting the Pyramid of Giza, and almost squished that guy.
Yeah. So
that would be a bad way to go.
So
under a giant sagging nutsack.
Yeah, so like, who cares if it's diverse? I don't
At least
care.
you're not getting hit by a giant sagging nutsack.
Yeah, that's true. At least you're not Egypt, who got hit by a giant sagging nutsack. You watch, we're gonna shoot like a missile, like just 1 nuke at North Korea after they've launched 1 at us. And then we're gonna miss, and it's gonna land in Egypt.
No!
It's gonna create like this giant metal penis in a pyramid, and everybody's gonna be like, Holy crap. Rantable got it right. Almost to the T. All right.
Why are the awkward nerd characters the only roles available for Asians in film?
I would say that would be more because of China's actual laws on the kids that actually go to school.
Yeah.
Because considering that they only take the high IQ kids and put them into school and everybody's just tossed out like shit.
Yeah.
I'd say that's why.
I'd probably say it's because a lot of countries that are not, well, I shouldn't say a lot of countries. Some of the countries that are Asian used to be communist, like Russia. Pretty
China
sure
still is.
China still is. North Korea. Let's see here.
South Korea's free.
South Korea is, yeah.
And,
I think it's a republic, actually.
Russia's a democracy now.
Russia's a democracy now. The Ukraine used to be communist, and they're a democracy now. So, probably the reason that they're so nervous and so smart is because if they fail their country by not doing as well as what the country said for them to do, I don't know about them necessarily being executed.
I'm pretty sure in North Korea, if you piss off Kim Jong,
I'm sure he'd kill him. But as far as any communist country, I'm sure there would be punishments because it's a representation of you letting your country down. I'm sorry if the question isn't fully heard. The speaker likes to drop all the way down and then build up as soon as you play.
Other stuff too.
Why are all of you talking about our penises?
Well, I just went through 27 seconds of 26 questions about Asians, and never once did we ever mention any penis other than our penis. Our penis that we sent over to Asia.
No, it wasn't. That was Africa. Egypt is in Africa.
No, we sent it over to North Korea, and we missed, and we hit Egypt.
That's like millions of. That's like 1,000 miles.
So like, we're not even talking about Asian penis. So like, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, why are we even talking about sizes?
Do you know why people like say that Asians have small penises? Is because everybody in America doesn't like North Korea. So when an average American or an American, some guy or girl, whoever, is sitting there typing up in Reddit, hey, Kim Jong-un's penis is small, it's because he's, in the American view, a crazy dictator who wants to nuke the entire world.
I didn't know he put his dick in a tater. He's a dictator.
It couldn't fit. See, we're talking about it now because he mentioned it. Why you gotta talk about your own penis, huh?
Sit down.
Can't be the stars of movies. There aren't going to be any Asian celebrities out there to cast if we have.
We've already talked about this.
We've already discussed this.
This has already came up like two or three times.
So like, here's the thing. Why is a movie diverse if there's only one or two black people? In fact, why not take it a step further? Let's make it diverse if there's only one or two white people. Let's just make it all Asian. Get rid of the blacks, because apparently to Asians, those guys don't matter. We're not even discussing the blacks, except for why can there only be one or two. So get rid of them, throw in nothing but Asian, and then throw one white guy who doesn't even know how to talk, and he talks like this all the time. And he's constantly not sounding right.
I'm gonna go home and get my shotgun.
Yeah, something like that.
Up on them mofos.
And he runs out there with like 2 beer cans, and one of them he thinks is a shotgun. And he's like, "Honey, get the kids.
I'm gonna beat my wife tonight."
Yeah, like, come on. Just
A chance yet.
Why do you think watching Korean dramas and K-pop makes you an expert on Korean culture? Like, does me watching girls make me an expert in white culture?
Why are you Korean and speaking English?
Why do you pass white?
Why are you Korean speaking English, thinking you know more about Korean than I do? It's pretty strange, isn't it?
I didn't hear a lick of accent in his voice.
Yeah. That's what doesn't. I don't hear accent in any of these people's voices. Did it just connect?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's straight up disconnected. Awesome, yay.
I think it might be dead.
Just a minute. I doubt it's dead, but if it is, we can just play it on the phone and it'll actually play better. So I'll disconnect it here. We'll try it just on the phone. Apparently the speaker is dead. Nobody freaked the crap out.
Why do you think saying namaste is an appropriate way to greet me? Why do you think saying...
Maybe because I'm an expert on Asian culture. And every time I see you, I think you just got back from some yoga class. And I'm like, namaste. Because I'm an American and can say whatever I want.
And namago.
Namaste.
How is a good thing to say to us?
Nago.
If you're not actually going to converse with me in Chinese, I don't need to hear it. What?
If you're not going to convert with me in English, I don't want to hear complaints. So if you want to complain about Chinese, we can complain in Chinese. But I'm sorry, you can't talk about your culture. You're in a communist country. Bye-bye.
You think I eat dogs? I have 2 dogs. Why do you think...
Because dog tastes delicious. We learned that in the Civil War.
That and actually a lot of dogs. There's a lot of people that eat dogs. It's not just Asian.
And in a communist country, you're probably not going to be making more profit here than you are here. So you're probably not making a lot of money here, and you're also not making a lot of money here. So you don't got a lot of room for food. And there's not a lot of room to make a restaurant for food to feed other people. You need to feed yourself.
Fido's not going to make the list.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when a sensible human being says, should I kill myself and let the dog eat me, or should I kill the dog and eat it? I'm going to eat the dog. Pretty much every time.
Dog world.
No, it's a guy eat dog world. If that dog tries to touch that dog, I'm killing both.
Nom nom nom.
More for me, right?
Yep.
I'm starving to death for crying out loud.
Hindi and Hindu are the same thing. Why are you...
Can you speak Hindi or Hindu? No? Didn't think so. In fact, I highly doubt it. I love how I'm the one here just like exploding and ranting and like you're just sitting back like, this is pretty entertaining.
Of course.
Yeah, why not?
I'm the one that makes the comical jokes.
Why haven't you made any yet?
I have a few.
Yeah, like a couple, but not like every question we do.
Well, I can't. Jeesh.
Well, I
expected
suppose
too much from me.
Well, I suppose it is kind of a a.
Would you just like me to sit here and rub my nipples?
If you'd like, sure. If you'd like to rub your nipples.
Would you like me to rub your nipples?
No. If you'd like to rub your nipples to stupid Asian questions while being on camera, why not? This is America. Asia, help us.
So surprised that I can speak English well. I was born
I'm surprised you can speak English well because apparently you came from China.
in America.
Why do you always ask me, where are you really from? Because obviously I'm from my mom's vagina.
Hey, you know what else rhymes with vagina? China. That's probably where you came from. Correct me. Otherwise, next time, don't be such a smartass.
Why do you guys think it's okay to call me an immigrant or a foreigner? I was born in America.
Then why are you complaining about your own culture? You're American, not Chinese.
Why do you think Indians aren't Asians? India is literally India. Why do you...
Hold on. Indians may be Asians as well, but you don't understand how much... They're not the only ones that aren't considered technically Asians.
Yeah.
I mean, Russians.
Yeah,
big
Russians.
ass country right there.
That doesn't even sound Asian. Last time I checked, they talk like this all the time.
You want to know why?
When they have bad American accents.
You want to know why? Because Vladimir be Putin all over the place.
And Kim Jong be oohing. Get a bigger missile. The bigger the missile, the bigger the oon. Okay.
You say it's basically the same thing when I tell you I'm from Sri Lanka and not India.
Okay, we don't really have an explanation for that.
I do. It's probably because the place you just named is something I've never heard of because it doesn't matter. the place that the other name that you had, which was India, I have heard of, and it's really freaking big. One of the biggest countries sitting there in Asia, right beside China and Russia. Really freaking big. So most likely, being a white guy who's never left America, I can only assume that if you're brown and you're talking about Hindi and Hindu, you're probably from, I don't know, India? Because last time I checked, they don't speak Chinese in India, and they don't speak Hindu or Hindi in China.
Why does a person of color automatically mean black to you?
I didn't hear that one.
They said, why does a person, like, when you refer to somebody who is a person of color, they're usually referred to as black. Maybe it's because I don't see yellow. Huh? Maybe it's because I just see you and me as the same. Maybe I don't think, oh look, there's a colored guy walking down the street. Oh look, there's an Asian guy walking down the street.
I'm not gonna go out on the street and go, hey, all you colored motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's how you get shot. And if I were any race and some guy walked up to me,
That's just
and said
asking
something
for
stupid,
someone to put a dick up your ass.
yes, it is. Especially when you present yourself like that.
Yeah, just pull down your pants already.
Yeah.
And let
But-
them rub your nipples while they're at it.
But last time I checked, you don't like to be called colored, Asian. In fact, you hate it whenever I don't get your race right. You would hate to be called yellow or colored. You would love to be called where you're actually from, whether that be from China or Russia or maybe even Japan or America. You're in America now. You speak English. That's what I
Speak
speak.
it to English.
That's what he speaks. So I don't see
Unless
color.
if you're a hillbilly, then you kind of speak real
I mean,
slow.
I'm not
right?
colorblind. I can tell if a guy's black. I can tell if somebody's Asian. At least I hope I could.
No, not always.
There are some people here on this video that I can't tell what they
Well, I'm technically black.
Yeah. He's got black in his family. I've got Israeli in my family. I've got German in my family. I never knew that. I only assumed that I had English in my family because I'm a pasty white. Next retarded question.
I'm a person of color. Why do you think all brown people are Indian?
Why do you think all brown people are colored?
Do you think you deserve a high five for pronouncing my name correctly?
Why do you think you have such a complicated name whenever I speak English and not Hindu or Mandarin or Hindi?
Why do you think including diversity in the workplace reduces the quality of work?
Why do you complain about diversity in the workplace? You know what you should be complaining about? Not having a good workplace.
Considering that you're
Ugh.
saying that you reduce or by adding diversity, you reduce the effectiveness. That is not true at all.
That's racist.
The effectiveness of the entire operation depends on the little bitty people working at it.
But it's racist though.
Yes.
To add more diversity, you believe that you're bringing your
It doesn't matter the color.
productivity.
It depends on you, the person
Yeah.
that's bringing the work.
What you're saying here is if you bring in more diversity, it means less work. So the less diversity, the more work. Ergo, if you have all Asians in one workplace, 100% efficiency right there.
Okay, that was a bit racist. But I'm not gonna.
What
Okay.
she said, not me.
If there's some white guy sitting around rubbing his nipples and jacking off, rubbing his balls with four hands somehow, and then there's some black guy that brings in his all and he loves the company and he's gonna work his fucking heart out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hire the black guy.
I'm gonna hire the black guy because frankly, the black guy doesn't give me any rapey vibes, or how about ex-pedophile? This guy's like, he's gonna work, and he's not gonna work because he's black. He's gonna work because he's not busy with himself. He's busy with what he wants to do with the company. That's why he would work. For all of you out there in the comments that are like, he'd only work because he's black. That's like saying he's a slave. I hired him because he wanted the job.
Paying
It's not
to the
slavery.
person is not slavery. Last time I checked, I'm not cracking a
There were
whip.
plenty of people who bought African Americans to keep them from brutal slave owners. They would just keep them away from
Or
other
just
people.
free them in general.
They couldn't free them because if
Well, in
there were
some
certain-
states they couldn't
yeah,
free them.
yeah, but
There
other
was
states,
a lot of states that they could free them.
yeah, but
and
the
they did.
states like what is Georgia? I think Alabama, somewhere.
Georgia, Alabama, and I think
Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana.
those were I think those were the only ones that you couldn't free them.
There were probably a couple others, but for the most part, a lot of the South, there were some southern states that you couldn't free them. They had to work off until they became free after certain years of becoming a slave. So what they did is they basically paid for this person's freedom to come into their home and live there in sanctuary and safety until they were free. That's what I would have done, actually, because it's better than sitting there whipping somebody over and over and over again because they didn't carry my tea in right. Our planet.
I thought you thought we were all nerds. Why do you think it's okay to call me exotic?
I mean, technically, we're the largest part of the world population, so
Wait, hang on. Let's hear this one. This is about the diversity. Hang on.
Why do you think it's okay to call me exotic? Why do you think
That one he kind of has a point.
Why should I be called exotic?
Nobody should be called exotic.
This guy says, technically, I'm quoting him. Technically, I make up the largest percent of the population in the world. So shouldn't white people be exotic? No, there is no white people. There's no white people.
Pure blood white person.
No.
There's no pure blood black person. There's no pure blood Asian,
No.
Chinese, Japanese, Indian, Russian, etc. Everybody has a mixture of races inside them.
Mm-hmm.
And besides, no one should be called exotic at all.
Oh, and didn't a while back we cover about how they didn't want to be talked about Asian? They wanted to be referred to correctly from where they came from?
Well, they also wanted to be called yellow, colored.
Colored. Make up your mind, Asians.
can't see properly?
Oh, I'm sorry. Colored.
Do you really think my eyes are that small?
why?
No, I think your IQ is that small. Charlie, what do you have to say?
Smaller than my foot size.
I think smaller than her eyes, Quentin.
Is it weird when all Asian people hang out, but it's fine when all white people hang out?
So tell me.
Maybe it's because there's a super crazy dictator in North Korea who's planning to nuke, I don't know, the entire world. So when a bunch of white guys hang out, it's, hey, yo, did you read that book last night? Yeah, I did. It was pretty sweet. Oh, yeah. What about Netflix? Did that go pretty well? Yeah, this new season of Stranger Things just came out. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Who says that it's not okay for
Yeah.
Asians to hang out?
Nobody said that. Nobody says that.
Nobody that I know of, anyways.
Name one. Okay.
I mean, unless if you're like some sort of criminal.
Go down in the comments after you have gone outside and walked down your streets, if you live out in a city, and point to a group of Asian people just hanging out together, and then pull somebody from the side who's not Asian, and then say, or I'm sorry, not colored, and then say, hey, isn't that pretty weird? Bunch of Asians hanging out. Not like we see that every day. Who cares? Doesn't matter. I love my life.
What does a sunburn feel like? Why do you keep trying to?
Everyone gets sunburned.
A sunburn feels exactly like getting smacked across the face. Go into the closet and just smack yourself about 10 times and then come out.
I can demonstrate it on Mr. 11 here.
Yeah. Ow. That's what a sunburn feels like. Go inside the closet, slap yourself about 10 times, just about 10, 11, 20 times, come outside and then
While
get
you're
laughed
at
at.
it, stroke one
That's-
off, and then smear your hand gel in it, and yes.
That's what a sunburn feels like. Any more stupid questions about how the human body works? No? Let's continue.
Justify yellow fever.
I don't know why they use fever for all these things. It's not a disease.
Probably because it, I don't know, one of the symptoms is a fever. Probably because it gives you a fever. A fever is a rise or decrease, but usually seen as rise, in the body temperature. Usually on the inside.
And originally, this fever was originated in China.
Yeah. Do you know why it's called the Yellow River? It's not because there's a bunch of Asians standing in there. It's because the water's nasty.
It's yellow.
That's why it's called the Yellow River.
I mean, there's still nastier water.
They named it the Yellow River. Look up the...
Did it turn back on?
Yes, it did. That was weird. The speaker decided to come back on. We're not using it, though.
There's a ghost. It's a ghost.
Anyway, but there's still more. I don't want to say quite a bit, but a few.
Why are we being stereotyped as cheap or stingy?
No, you...
Cost efficient.
Maybe... Or here, go ahead, Charlie. I keep exploding. You go ahead.
No, nobody says Asians are cheap that I know of. Do you say that?
No.
Have you heard any stereotype?
I say anybody who opens a store is supposed to be cheap and is supposed to be cost efficient and is supposed to be stingy. Because if you're not, you're going to go bankrupt in a week because you spent $10,000 on this antique novelty chair that nobody will ever use or buy.
Then you'll have to jack off in the refrigerator box that you stole from the homeless
instead of
man
being
down the
on that $10,000 chair that got you bankrupt.
street. Yeah, and then you can just rub your balls in the felt.
Yeah.
Do you think all Asian people are smart? I mean, when I was in high school, there was a Korean valedictorian. No, actually, there was an Indian valedictorian. Damn it. I guess you guys are right. Asians are smart.
And that's the end of the video.
You know, last I checked, I'm pretty sure people are smart.
Some smarter than others.
Well, yeah. Clearly not these people. Because they had to make a big deal out of this. And because they made a big deal out of this, we made a big deal out of this. But you can't just say that a select race is smarter than any other race. Because whoever said that is racist.
There are... All races have people that have IQs of over 120.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing in itself. It shouldn't be classified under race.
Mm.
And it isn't most of the time.
See, racism, and in my book, the way I understand it, the way racism works is you believe that it's either your race or a different race. Any race is either better or worse than either one other or any other race.
Or at least that's how it's been explained so far.
That's how I see it so far.
Well, it's been interpreted.
Yeah. So, if a bunch of people start walking around and they're white and they start going around saying, oh, wait, I'm sorry, colorless, and they start going around saying, you know, death to blacks, death to blacks, I would probably peg those people not only as racist, but probably a bunch of drunk murderers. So, if a bunch of white people, or I'm sorry, colorless people, started walking down the streets and started shouting out death to whites, death to whites, I'd think the same thing. And if it was a bunch of black people walking down the streets saying death to whites, death to whites, I'm probably going to think they're a bunch of racists. Oh, and while we're on the subject of racist, why is it okay for one person who is white to do something to a white and only whites can get upset about it? But when a white does something to a black, anybody can get upset about it. But when a black does something to a white, nobody gets upset about it. That's what I don't get. I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. Because if a white cop shoots a black criminal, we're gonna go with criminal, because if you pull your firearm and you're a cop, whatever race you are,
We are not assuming that all blacks are criminals.
no.
In no
but
way, shape, or form.
The reason I'm using this is because it's been seen a lot, because the news media has decided to select this. White cop shoots black criminal. Maybe he was meth addict. Maybe he just stole something and pulled a gun out. Whether it be petty or big.
Everyone explodes over it. But, on your counterpart, a black cop should say white criminal. Nobody gives a damn.
Except maybe the family. Sometimes the family is just like, Nah, he was headed down the wrong road anyway, so whatever. Either that, or they cry over it because that was his only source of income for the entire family. So, I mean, whatever you do that is illegal, whatever race you are, I believe that you're not going to get any different treatment. Do you want to know why people why people stereotype blacks as criminals? Is because for a long time that's been a stereotype. If you look up thug life, you're probably going to find a lot of black photos because that's a very popular association.
Either that or the print hasn't developed yet.
Yeah. So that's all we really have for today. A 2-minute video lasted us 30 minutes.
We didn't mean to aggravate anyone.
If you're offended, grow up. That's life.
That's true. You need to grow up. Not everything is about you.
Yeah. In fact, this 100% of this video was not about us.
It wasn't about anybody.
I tried the best I could to direct it to you guys, to the crowd, as well as to these people. And only would I reference myself or Charlie if I feel like the comment would have been directly toward me instead of to me as a race. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. So, this is all we got for this episode. There will probably be more like it. We'll probably try to keep it a lot funnier next time. I feel like this one was a lot more serious than what it should have been.
Yeah, our first rant was a lot more comedy based than this
Yeah,
one.
our first rant wasn't really a rant. It was more
well,
like an
it was kind
explanation.
of a rant.
Kind of. Like, there was a couple complaints, but, like, really what we're supposed to do here on Rant is discuss something that is either a problem or anything like that. Racism. Racism is a problem. Quit saying that your race is better and your race is better, because nobody cares.
Nobody's race is better.
No.
It's only the person that's better.
Look up. I've heard a bunch of people say, well, I haven't heard it, but I've heard it over the internet that, whites are the superior race. Have you ever looked up dumb white man? Just type in dumb white man on YouTube. Pause this video and go there.
You can add in fat.
If you're skinny, either way, watch what you find. I guarantee you'll come up with at least 100 results that are all really stupid. Really stupid. Because we as any race, we as people have the tendency to act stupid sometimes. Sometimes, just sometimes, it's more than just a little bit. It's a long, long time. A long strand of stupid. So that's all we've got for today. Charlie, you want to add anything? I hope you guys smack yourself in the face with that like button until you get a sunburn in the closet, and keep typing up on that keyboard with your giant Asian IQ on that subscribe button. And I hope we catch you guys next time on the next video.